for Around the Ozarks in 5, brought to you by Adventure Cave Tours. Live a day in the life of a real adventurer with Adventure Cave Tours. Springfield Greene County Park Board, reminding you to go play. Blue Current, moving you forward since 1929. Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Drain Service. Call Southwest Missouri's best plumber today for a free estimate. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
And good morning to you. It's Tuesday. Somehow it feels like Thursday to me, though. So I'm not. That's probably not a good sign.
I think not. I think we would agree that that's not a good sign.
Yeah. Let's start this Tuesday with some news.
All right. Springfield Church has about $1,000 in damages to fix after someone spray painted messages attacking their religion. Messages were painted on a church van at Faith Tabernacle Church. One of them said, "Hail Satan." Another said, "Spread love, not Jesus." 90 acres of land just west of Branson burned yesterday. It was a prescribed burn by the Missouri Department of Conservation. They are trying to reinvigorate the land and get rid of some invasive trees that have overpowered many others.
Okay, you got to do that every now and then. State of Missouri has a new program to get more adults working. The Adult Learner Program has a goal of training and certifying 150,000 Missouri adults to get them back in the workforce by 2028. The program will focus on helping Black, Hispanic, and rural Missourians. And heads up off, if you're out on the roads today, especially at the Lake of the Ozarks area, the Bagnell Dam Bridge is closed from 9 to 4 today. That's a big deal. State Highway Department is repairing concrete on the Bagnell Dam Bridge because that's concrete you want to be working. You want it to work properly on the dam. And tomorrow or Thursday, it depends, work will begin at the intersection of Kansas Expressway and Sunset in Springfield. MoDOT is adding a left turn lane on Sunset to Kansas and then a right turn lane on southbound Kansas Expressway. That's a project that's expected to go through June, so get ready for a couple of months of that.
Yes. Meanwhile, if you've driven on Grant Avenue in the last couple years, you know a lot of work is still being done to turn it into a parkway. One of the issues in delaying it was having to buy more land near the intersection of Grant and Sunshine. That intersection has seen a lot of construction work over the last 4 months, and it's still not finished quite yet. We're told it should wrap up in April, but the rest of the parkway still has quite a bit of work left to go. So,
yeah, we were, and I've been excited about that parkway. But man, it feels like it's dragging. And now when I happen to drive Grant Avenue, I get less excited about it because
it is going to be great.
It's kind of a mess.
If you look at the pictures of what it's going to look like, it's going to be great.
Well, it's going to be cool.
Yeah. Progress.
Yeah.
This February was better than February of 2023 when it comes to home sales in the Springfield area. They hit 400 last month, adding up to more than $115 million sold. That's about a $10 million increase over last year. Things are headed in the right direction. That's good.
Okay, it's hopeful. Well, scams are everywhere, literally everywhere. This could be a scam right now that you're watching. I'm not even sure. This story is proof of that. Americans suffered a record $12.5 billion in losses from online scams in 2023. That's an increase of more than $2 billion over 2022. More than a third of those losses last year came from investment scams. Everybody trying to make money, and that's how you lose it sometimes. Ransomware also is costing companies and even some governments a lot of money, ransomware.
That is the truth. Yes. If you stay in Airbnbs, listen up. This is for you. The company will no longer allow security cameras in common spaces like living rooms and hallways. Until now, owners were allowed to have those cameras as long as they were clearly visible and disclosed to the renter before you got there. However, for the most part, Airbnb says even still, most owners did not have indoor cameras at all, but some did, especially the houses that are prone to big parties and things like that. So anywho, that is no more, says Airbnb, but outdoor cameras and doorbell cameras are still allowed.
Yeah, that makes sense. I've never really understood the indoor cameras, but I guess maybe if it's a big house that you've had party problems in the past you may want to keep tabs on what's going on, but I'm for no cameras.
I'm for no cameras too, but I feel like that my only experience with Airbnbs is like our family of 5. But if you had like a lake Airbnb or something with like 10 rooms, I mean, because we have actually a friend who owns one down there, I think like that could be problematic. You know, if 40 people are in there and tearing apart the house or who knows what, so.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know that a camera is the issue.
Anyway, yeah. Sorry while I blow my nose over here. All right, now to this. Panera Bread is redoing their menu and offering some cheaper options. They're adding more salad and sandwich choices, including more items for less than $10 starting on April 4th. To which I say, yes, please, because lunch is so expensive.
Yeah.
Also, we know this, but it is hard for me to drop even $10 on lunch.
Well, and you can't hardly go anywhere for less than $10 these days.
Right.
I went somewhere. It was just a fast food place. I won't even say which one. And it was fine. It was a sandwich, a side, and a drink. And it was $12.
Yeah. There was a story about Five Guys recently that was like just crazy price.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And I like Five Guys. I've not been there in a really long time, but I really like their food. And I was like, what a bummer.
$23. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess join the club. So from all the other places. So, all right, before we go, we do want to remind you about aroundtheozarks.com because we have a community calendar there that you can submit your event if you have something going on. I mean, there are events for all shapes and sizes. And we want to say thank you to Springfield Special Products. Springfield Special Products is our newest sponsor for the podcast and specifically the events calendar. And we compile all of those, and it is truly remarkable how many different people add to it. So, for instance, on March 16th, so coming up, it's going to be the St. Patrick's Day Parade, which is Saturday.
Yeah.
So that's always fun for Springfieldians on Park Central Square, downtown Springfield. Starts at 2:00. So, hopefully that'll be fun for everyone. And that's just one of many different events. And here's what's fun, Ethan, this parade this year, I think it's had different routes historically, but it's going to hit C Street and downtown Springfield, both of those places this year, which is cool because there's also some businesses on C Street offering incentives, giveaways. So they're expecting a good crowd, and you'll have to watch Abby Dyer's Wake Up Weather to figure out if it's going to rain on your parade. I feel like it's a little far out to accurately predict, but I'm sure she has the longer range forecast, if you will.
Yeah, I go to the community calendar all the time and look at it, and there's one thing on there that is through the 17th, March 14th through 17th, and it is the play that goes wrong over at the Landers Theater. I had a friend at work who saw that and said it was really, 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 really well done. So
that's fun.
I kind of like to see it. It sounds fun.
Sounds hilarious.
Everything that goes wrong can go wrong, and it's
comedy of errors.
Hijinks too. Yeah.
Okay, well there you go. So thanks to Springfield Special Products for sponsoring the calendar and letting you, Mr. Forhats, know what's coming up.
Absolutely, I appreciate it. And one more thing before we go, the St. Jude Dream Home, which is an awesome house that they build every year, and then they raffle it off. So somebody in the area wins this beautiful home that has been constructed, and the proceeds go to the great work that St. Jude's is doing to help kids all over the place. So it's really cool. And yesterday, Around the Ozarks got to attend a floor signing. So before the carpet and everything goes on the floor, organizations and people got to go sign the floor and wish good luck to the people who are going to live there. And Around the Ozarks got to sign that. So we were thrilled to do that. And by signing it, we pledged our support for the life-saving mission of St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. So
yes,
we get to be a partner. They do good work. Yeah, we get to be a partner with them doing life-changing work for kids and families. So you can go
I know a patient who was in there. He's doing really well now. really well now. Young man, first name Cross. I just love him. But I'll have to keep you posted because he's writing a book just about his experience with childhood cancer and his experience there. So anyway, I think he's already written it, but it hasn't. I don't think he's released it quite yet. But I'll keep you posted because I got to know St. Jude a lot better when I did the half marathon a couple months ago there. So
yeah. And you can buy your raffle tickets, really good odds at winning a house. You can buy your raffle tickets. If you go to Around the Ozarks on Facebook, we have a post there about the floor signing. So scroll down a little bit. You'll be able to see that. And there's a link there that you can enter to win the St. Jude Dream Home. And we've been in several of them, and they are very, very nice.
What a dream that would be. All right. Well, have a great day. Thanks so much for joining us, and we hope to see you back here tomorrow morning.
Bright and early.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Scooters Coffee and Rescue Towing. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your Tuesday. It is shaping up to be a fantastic day in the Ozarks. I don't know about you, but I am not quite adjusted to that time change just yet. For you early risers, still, we've got temperatures in the 40s overnight. It's a mild start to the day, and it's just going to be beautiful this afternoon. Temperature-wise, the trade-off, though, it's going to be a pretty gusty wind, 20 to 30 mile an hour wind gusts out of the south today. It's going to help warm us up, but it will be breezy if you're planning to spend any time outdoors on this Tuesday. Temperatures will be in the 70s, so you'll at least want to get outside for some point of the day. Warm, but storm chances return in this forecast. And overall, it's a pretty unsettled, extended outlook. However, I think everybody stays dry during the daylight hours today. There is an isolated chance for rain overnight tonight that I'll talk about in just a second. Warmer this week overall, with temperatures 10 to 15 degrees above normal. It's still early March. We're having a hard time remembering that because the end of February and the beginning of March have just been so warm, way above average. So we're kind of used to this warmer weather, this spring-like temperatures. Grass is greening up after some of that rain that we got last week, but it's still early March, and we'll be reminded of that by the time the weekend rolls back around. These numbers that you have today, 72 degrees for the high temp, it's still way above average for this time of the year. We do have some more unsettled weather pushing into the Ozarks late tonight into early tomorrow as a disturbance moves through. We've got a whole lot of moisture returning to the atmosphere, and the south wind that's very gusty out there today has a whole lot to do with that. It's going to set the stage, increase the dew points across the Midwest, so the fire danger will be reduced because relative humidity goes way up. But I think we'll be able to tap into some of that energy and get a couple of isolated thunderstorms in the forecast late this evening into early Wednesday. It's not a lot. You are definitely not guaranteed to see rain tonight into early Wednesday. In fact, I think that will be the exception rather than the rule. Isolated, very isolated showers and thunderstorms in the forecast. I have to at least mention, though, the potential that one or two could be a bit on the strong side. Gusty winds, 60 miles an hour, and some small hail possible in some of the strongest storms that are able to develop. Again, this is isolated, but if you get right underneath one, it's going to be important for you to know late Tuesday night into early Wednesday, we could have a couple of storms that do pack a punch. Now, these will be widely scattered. We're talking about a 30% chance we're seeing some of these thunderstorms. I expect that the rain shower and thunderstorm chance really decreases through the day on Wednesday too. So in large part, today and tomorrow are dry, and they'll be greeted with very warm temperatures. Temperatures are near normal then again as we head into the end of the week. This starts on Friday and lasts through the weekend. I told you we'd be reminded of what normal temperatures are. We'll see highs fall back into the 50s again by the time we get to Friday. Enjoy the 70s that are out today. I'm going 72 in the Springfield region. Very windy, and we have temperatures elsewhere that may make it to the mid and maybe even upper 70s across the Ozarks today, so definitely warm. It's another warm forecast for you on Wednesday with a high temperature of 75 degrees. Rain exits in the morning tomorrow, and we'll just be dealing with partly cloudy skies and a gusty wind through the course of the afternoon. More rain is in my forecast Wednesday night into early Thursday, and then I think daytime showers are possible on Thursday. That's going to be the rainy day in the forecast. The cooler weather will arrive once the rain exits. That happens for us by Friday. Elsewhere across the country, big headline today is that these critical fire weather conditions for the central U.S., well, they're still out there today with the gusty wind, but with relative humidity coming up for a lot of places, that's going to put us in better shape today compared to yesterday. There's another storm system that is impacting the Pacific Northwest. You're going to hear about that in the national headlines. And we also have temperatures that are way above average for much of the central U.S. Of course, that's a headline for us here in the Ozarks, too, that are going to be enjoying the 70s today, tomorrow, and even on Thursday. All right, here's a look at that Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister question. This is what I left you with yesterday. Coca-Cola. Where was the first Coca-Cola served? The options that I gave you, not in the Ozarks. They were A, Illinois, B, Florida, C, Georgia, or D, Louisiana. Those of you that picked C, you would be correct. In the state of Georgia, the first ever Coca-Cola product was served 1886. Dr. John Pemberton brought his perfect syrup to Jacob's Pharmacy in downtown Atlanta, where the first glass of Coca-Cola was poured, serving about 9 drinks per day in its first year. It is not that many. I wonder how many it is now. I'll have to look that up. But yes, Georgia, the answer today in downtown Atlanta. All right, here is your brain twister question that I'll leave you with for tomorrow. True or false, 50-50 shot for a $20 gift card to Scooter's Coffee for tomorrow. Make sure you enter. Good odds. Daylight saving time wouldn't help countries near the equator conserve energy. Do you think that's a true or a false statement? Read it carefully. Enter your guess over at Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. Thank you to our sponsors, Scooter's Coffee and Rescue Towing. And thank you for listening today. I hope you enjoy the day. It's going to be breezy, but 72 degrees. Worth it to battle the wind and head outside. A few isolated storms in the forecast overnight through early Wednesday, but we're keeping the 70s rolling this week. It's going to be a great day. I'll chat with you again tomorrow morning.